felt the phrase echo in my head. Christ. Wife. He laughed. That usually comes after the engagement. I hadn't thought about it that way. I quickly tried to change the tone. So, people know? Nope. You didn't tell anyone? Not true, actually. Sorry, your parents know because I asked them. You asked both of them? He smiled. I asked both of them whether they thought you'd say yes. I didn't ask their permission because you are your own woman and no man or woman owns you. But I wanted your mum involved because, well, why wouldn't she be? I kissed him. Bloody love you. Bloody love you. So they know and the lads know but the girls don't. And Mum and Dad don't know you planned it for today? He shook his head. Not a clue, but I know the temptation will be great to get on the phone to Betty and Molly and so before that temptation kicks in, let's just be us for a bit. Deal. I sipped my drink. Did I hear that right? We both craned to find the source of the question. There was an older man perched on a bar stool behind Rowan. He was wearing a thick jacket and a flat cap, as though he were ready to up and leave the pub at any second, and his cheeks had that rosy blush that comes from endless hours of outdoor work. The question was slurred, though. The words sounded lazy as they left him. You two are engaged. It was Rowan's turn to bounce on his heels. You heard that right, sir. Jesus. From his tone, it was clear he didn't exactly share our delight. You can't have known each other 5 minutes. Actually, Rowan started, we've known each other since we were fresh out of school. Not secondary school either, but this was one of his favourite stories to tell, even though the older we got, the more tweaks he had made to it. And then I saved her from the playground bully. Essentially, I shook my head and he noticed. Even though you would have definitely hit Owen on your own one day. Even though you definitely didn't hit him, you mean? I stretched up to kiss his forehead. Nothing cool about violence, babe, not even made-up violence. So you've been together since you were knee-high? The words knocked into each other in the same way as before. The man leaned forward slightly, and then, in a jerked motion, he snapped back. I recognised the gesture from the boys I'd avoided at university. He was a drink away from tipping off his seat. Like, since you were wee, he added. You heard right. Rowan tried to sound breezy, but I knew he was forcing it. He'd always had a terrible poker face. Couldn't let this one get away. No. The man didn't sound convinced. He narrowed his eyes like he was physically inspecting something. That, or trying to work out the maths of an especially tricky equation. He laughed, and the noise was a horrible one. Outdoor work, mixed with too much alcohol, mixed with... Does he smell like smoke even from here? I can't get my head around kids so young trying to be so grown up. Well, I took over. When you know, you know. I physically turned Rowan back to face me and positioned myself so I didn't knock eyes with the man still sitting behind. Leave it. He's being friendly. No, Rowan, I don't think he is. He shook his head. Okay, so, future wife. Edie is fine. I play punched him. But you can have future wife for tonight. How do you want to tell people? Update our social media and call it a day? He took a sip of his drink and it felt timed for dramatic effect. Or we tell our families privately and then invite friends out one evening for drinks and tell them all in a massive group. Fewer messages involved. Get all the responses at once. Don't accidentally forget to WhatsApp someone who you should have remembered. I was certainly leaning towards the second option. Okay. This weekend? I can text the group chat and suggest... I reached for my phone and Rowan pushed my hand away. Tomorrow. I can text the group chat tomorrow and suggest drinks for this weekend. Friday? Perfect. I'm sorry. The intrusion erupted from behind Rowan again, and from the brash tone of it, I guess the man wasn't really all that sorry at all. But you're engaged, like, to be wed. Smithy, the barwoman cautioned, and I was glad of it. She spoke with the curt tone of a woman who handled drunk men all too often. Leave it alone. Come on. He's not leaving it, I thought as I pulled in a big breath. They're engaged, he reminded her before.